Well, hey, I want to welcome you back to session 2 of our coaching videos for our Hope Again small group leaders. Thank you so much for taking the time to prepare for your role as a small group host by checking out these videos. Now, you may have had some new people who weren't able to attend your group last week, the first week, so make sure that you're expecting some new people to come and really make it a point of welcoming them if you do have some people that come for the very first time. Now, when the group starts, ask those new people to introduce themselves and maybe how they heard about the group, what they're expecting, and maybe have a couple other people share that as well. So you can have those returning members do the same thing. Once again, because we want to make anybody new to feel welcome and not like they're coming in late to it. This really is a way to easily give new people a bunch of good reasons why they need to stay connected and come back because they're feeling welcome in your small group. Also, you want to make sure to remind your group that it's never too late to invite new people to the group. I mean, even if they miss the first and second week, my gosh, they can even come the 6th week if they want. We just want to get people connected in a small group, really these life-giving relationships. You know, the reality is Jesus wants us all to have the same heart that he has for people who aren't connected to God and his family. So continue thinking and praying about others who might want to join your group. It's never too late. I also want to make sure that you're encouraging the people in your small group to be reading their daily guide. Pastor Steve's put these daily readings together to really help us connect with God, grow in health in all the areas of our lives that he's addressing in this series. Really help us to understand the gospel. So once again, please encourage the people in your group to dive into their daily guide each day so they can get the most out of this series. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a few minutes to help you get more people involved and more than just kind of attending the group and kind of being a part of the group, but really buying into it. And the best way for people to get bought into it is really to ask them to take some responsibility for part of the group. One of the ways to ask is maybe for a volunteer to keep track of the group's prayer requests. There's a place in your daily guide for that. And also, man, when there's answers to prayer, to be able to kind of celebrate that as you continue to go through your group. A second way maybe to involve people in your group is to ask for a couple of volunteers to plan a group social. This might be a potluck meal, a night out with a restaurant or barbecue with everyone, kids joining in, golfing, fishing, whatever you think would be fun for your group to do. So who are the group members who kind of love to throw parties? So maybe tap them on the shoulder and go, hey, can you help us plan something? It, once again, just gives them a little more buy-in, helps them to be more involved in the group. It's going to make your group sticky and more effective. Another thing I'd like you to do also is to be willing to kind of pass the baton to another person, maybe even to lead next week's discussion for your group. This really is a great way for you to see the study through the eyes of people who have maybe a different mix of gifts, and it'll also push their growth kind of fast forward as they step and they meet the challenge of actually stepping out and leading the discussion. So think if there's anybody in your group that may be ready for that, even as early as next week potentially. And finally, another way to grow together as a group is to attend a weekend church service together. So if you have people in your group who don't even attend Church of the King, man, this is a great time to invite them, meet them at the door, help them get their kids checked in, grab a cup of coffee with them, and then your whole group can join together for service. I tell you what, we do this every year during our community series, and I love hearing groups coming to church together, sitting together, and worshiping together. Man, they have an absolute blast. They always say it's one of their favorite services of the year. So go ahead, man, make sure your group attends church together. Trust me, you won't regret it. And so once again, hey, thanks so much for listening, for being with us for this coaching moment for this week. Remember to pray for yourself and for your group and pray for the people. Man, call their name out to God individually as you prepare. And I want you to know that God's listening to you. He's going to answer. He's going to show up, and lives are going to be impacted as a result. So once again, have a great small group meeting, and I'll see you again soon.